It's you, it's me. Welcome to our Nomatic Navigator Sling 1 liter review. The internet is ablaze and abuzz with people talking about this sling right now. But does it live up to the hype? To be honest, in some ways yes, and in other ways not really. I'm gonna break it all down for you here. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Aaron, that's Tab, we are Nomads Nation, and we do the best freaking sling and backpack reviews on the web. So if that's your thing, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. Let's talk about this guy. And I'm gonna start with just giving you the gist of this sling because it's a different sling. It has a unique selling point. What is that unique selling point, Aaron? I'll tell you, it's kind of like a hard shell. Often slings like this is the Aer Day Sling 2, super like flimsy, foldable, kind of, compresses as you need it to. But this guy, different angle. And between this sling and the Nomatic Navigator 6 liter sling, it's actually my first time reviewing like a hard shell. And it has a lot of pros and a lot of cons. It comes in one color option, black. It weighs 0.8 pounds. It runs about $80 US. But the most important spec is the capacity because it's a 1 liter sling that can expand to 3 liters, but we'll cover that soon. Hold your horses, don't you worry. Okay, next up, let's talk about the style. And what's cool about this sling is it's a part of a series, the Nomatic Navigator series, which includes luggage, backpacks, and slings. The signature design is the reflector right here, which adds a nice little smart look to it, but also serves a functional purpose as it reflects light off of it. It's sort of like a techie, businessy sort of a vibe to it, but without being too stuffy. I actually think that like their older products were like, hey, this is business. But this is like, it's also just kind of hip and cool at the same time. So overall, I like the style of this sling. All right, next up, we'll talk about the materials. Now, where I'm a big fan of Nomatic's style, the materials is always a little bit of room for criticism because I think they cut a few corners with their materials. The exterior is a junior ballistic nylon, but it's not gonna be like as great as a ballistic nylon by like Cordura, which is the best ballistic nylon in the game that Aer always uses, and their sling is similarly priced. So ballistic nylon has a sort of rough look to it, but it has a smooth feel. And then this material right here is like some sort of tarpaulin. Really smooth, kind of a leathery touch. Previous tarpaulins that Nomatic use got scratched really easily. But this guy, give me something sharp, Tab. All right, let's put it to the test. Not bad. I mean, obviously, it scratched it. It definitely got a little ding there, but this is really sharp. Aside from that, Nomatic uses a lot of non-branded materials, so the zippers are not YKK, the hardware is not Duraflex. Now I have other Nomatic products like the Nomatic backpack, which I got like a year and a half ago, and I use pretty rigorously, no YKK zips, and they still work fine to this day. And the interior materials are classic Nomatic materials if you've used any of their products previously, same as the Nomatic backpack. Yet again, not the finest materials in all the land, but they get the job done. Okay, next up, let's talk about comfort. And this will be a little bit longer of a section because I got a few things to say. Now, when it comes to a sling, comfort is never really going to be a huge issue because there's not a lot of gear that goes in a sling. So you don't need like padding and stuff. While this ventilation and padding is nice to have, it doesn't really do that much, but it's nice to have. But what to know about this sling is it is advertised as a sling / fanny. But I think it's a fanny first and a sling way as a second. Here's why. I think it's a fanny first, and this showcases exactly why. It doesn't really fit the torso perfectly. A great sling is fitted to your torso, like Aer, it'll just be like this, right? But because this is a fanny, you get this little gap in there. So it's perfect as a fanny. Kaboom, good to go. But when you're in sling mode, it's never going to be like that perfect flush fit. Now, the other thing to know about the comfort is the expansion, which I guess we'll talk about it now. Now, this is a freaking gangster move by Nomatic. See right here, you go from 1 to 3 liters, right? Pretty awesome. And from a functional perspective, it is. Because as you can see right here, I got a 16-ounce hydro flask, pop that in, awesome, right? You're like, dude, that is dope, and it is. But now, if you're wearing it in sling mode, it's like, it's just super bulky. It works, but it's not ideal. Now, while you're in fanny mode, it looks pretty legit, but when you go to water bottle expansion fanny mode, then things get a little bit weirder. See right here? And now I've got the water bottle closed, and you can see kind of the profile. It just looks a little bit off. I will admit, feels good. Ain't nothing wrong with the feeling. Now, that's not gonna be replicated in sling mode, because wearing this with the water bottle in it with sling mode is a little bit weirder. But in fanny mode, feels fine, looks, I mean, you be the judge. All right, next up, the front of the sling. We've got the aesthetic right here, really smooth, really businessy, but I got one big complaint, is that the stitching on mine is kind of effed up. I'm sure you can see like the waviness of it. We got like 5 different Nomatic Navigator products. 2 of them had stitching that I wasn't crazy about, and the other 3 were fine. So maybe I got unlucky, or maybe the Nomatic factory just needs to step up their game. I don't really know, but I usually never or complain about stitching, but it doesn't look like it was like super properly done right here. It's a little crooked. That aside though, I really like the design, I really like the aesthetic, I think it looks really awesome. And we have one single pocket. This pocket is accessible by this zipper right here. Non-YKK, but a smooth experience, PU coated, so anything that is in this pocket will stay dry. Go ahead and get in there. And we just got a really simple pocket with 2 mesh pockets inside. So I got my hand sanitizer in there, and I got my AirPods, and as you can see, we got these right here. The mesh is really nice quality. I like Nomatic's mesh game. Strong mesh game, Nomatic. You could use those pockets for smaller things. It's perfect for your AirPods. But if you just want to fit something in there nice and easy like a phone and throw it in and not use the internal organization, that works too. All right, next up, let's talk about the middle. Let's get into this main compartment. So these zippers are also not YKK, but they are PU coated, and they sort of can like lock into each other as like a little safety thing, you know, then you can have one zip, and it's not going to stop a thief dead in his tracks, but it gives you a little bit extra peace of mind. And we're in. Here's the setup. I've got a notebook in here, my keys, a pen, phone, wallet, that's it. Let's break it down. On the back side, 2 pockets, both mesh, both great quality, nice feel, good elasticity. For scale, it's like the super small moleskin, and it does not fit in there. Like it fits in the actual pocket, but it's too tall for the actual height of the sling itself. This pocket is great for things like your wallet, your phone, headphones, portable battery, because there's a cord pass-through hole. Let's talk about it now. Flipping sides, we got the cord pass-through hole right here, so you can pop your battery in here, cord through there, phone in here charging, pretty sweet. Over here we have a dedicated pen holder, nifty to have. I actually like this pen holder. And then finally we have the key ring solution. It's super basic, but it's functional. We just got this little like band thing with the clip right there. Easy to unclip, easy to pop back on. It's basic, but it works. Yeah, that's about it. Pretty minimalist. They didn't overdo it with the pockets, which I thought that Nomatic would have. You know, they're like, oh my God, we love pockets. We're Nomatic, but they took it easy. We just got the 2 pockets. Okay, now let's talk about the most important part, or at least the most defining characteristic of this sling, and that is the expandable water bottle section. Okay, so not gonna lie, it's a pretty gangster move by Nomatic, really innovative, and it's awesome to be able to carry a water bottle with your sling, but obviously there is the complications of when you're wearing it, especially as a sling, less so as a fanny. But overall, like, the implementation of this is quite nice. So you have the 2 layers, the first layer with the zipper that you open, and then you have access on one side, or same access mirrored on the other side. As you can see, the 16-ounce water bottle fits perfectly. I would not go any larger than a 16-ounce water bottle, but that's a nice, snug fit. But here's the deal. You can be like, dude, I don't carry a water bottle. I'm like, cool, live your life. You don't have to use this for a water bottle though. It can also fit other things. Tape measure, duct tape, pack of ultra strong scented tissues, a small scale. You can even get weird with it because it opens from both sides. So sling this umbrella through. Wow, let's give it a little tighten. But dude, what if it's like a sword? It's the ninja I've always wanted to be. Wow. Can I put it back? Whoa. Dude, so this is, well, we gotta work with it a bit. And one other note is you're like, hey Aaron, I don't need it for a umbrella. And I don't need it for a water bottle. You can use it for like smaller things. It can actually just be like a hidden compartment for something like your wallet. Put your wallet in there, zip it closed, and now it acts as like a secret pocket for important things that aren't an umbrella. Let's talk about the back. We've got the EVA foam padding. Like I said, it's not necessary on a 1-liter sling, but appreciated. It also adds a nice aesthetic. It's kind of cool looking. It's pretty firm, not super cushiony, but it will provide you with a little bit of extra ventilation. Moving on to the actual strap, nylon band. We love these little dangle stoppers right here. So, you know, you're going into fanny mode, whether you need to expand it or bring it back in, you can just go ahead and slide this right onto the dangle stopper and it holds it looking nice, neat, and tidy. Always appreciated, Nomatic. The buckle is basic. I'm sure that it will last the test of time. Pretty easy to open, pretty easy to close. These types of buckles, they're hard to mess up. It might not be a brand name, but I'm sure they're durable. They've been making these types of buckles for decades. And then on the other side, we got a little hook right here. This could be a carry hook, this could be a hanging hook, or it could be an external lash point if you want to clip something on. And then a little extra branding from Nomatic right here. Let's talk about the overall pros and the overall cons. Overall pro number 1, while my stitching is a little messed up, I do think this sling has a pretty sweet look to it. Pro number 2 is that while the expansion compartment is definitely flawed, I think that it's cooler to have it than not to have it. I think it's pretty cool, it's a pro. And pro number 3 is we do like these dangle stoppers. They're fun, man. You just go ahead, you got that little hole right there, you just slide it in, it keeps it neat, keeps it tidy. Good. But let's talk about some of the cons. My sitch with the stitch looks like Con number 1 is that the stitching on mine, I don't think looks absolutely perfect. It's a little lopsided. Con number 2 is that if you are using the water bottle system and you're wearing it, it looks kind of dumb. And con number 3 is that I think for the price point, Nomatic could have used higher quality materials. I would love to see this thing with core durabilistic nylon. How awesome would that be? Let's talk about who this sling is for and who can take a pass on it. This is the sling for you if you're not looking for a sling. Because I think it's a fanny first. So if you're looking for a professional looking fanny that can double as a sling, this is your guy. If that sounds like you and you think you're gonna buy one of these things, we do ask that you use the first link in the description. That link makes sure that you get the best price and also helps support our channel. This is also the sling/fanny for you if you're looking for a sort of hard shell sling/fanny that has padding. It's the only one that I've reviewed like this. So if you've got some more fragile gear, you wanna just make sure it's protected, pretty good option. If that sounds like you and you're gonna make a purchase, please be sure to use the first link in the description. This is also the sling for you if you just really love that water bottle expansion, because the thing is, other slings can carry water bottles. Look, we got the Aer Day Sling 2, sort of the comparison for this entire video, and the water bottle fits fine in there. But if you like the idea of being able to keep this sling/fanny nice, small, and tight, but then when you need the water bottle to expand it so you can put it right in there, then this is the only solution that I've ever seen, and it works pretty well. If that sounds like you and you're gonna make a purchase, please use the first link in the description. But let's talk about who I think can take a pass on this sling. You can probably pass on this sling if you're looking for a great sling. And just because I think this is a fanny first and a sling second. If you're looking for that fusion, that hybrid between the two, this is a great choice, but I don't think it's a sling first. If you're looking for one of the best slings that money can buy, take a look at the description. We've got links down there to reviews for other slings, one that I think are better as slings as opposed to being a sling/fanny. This is also not the sling for you if you are looking for a bigger sling. Like let's say you got like an iPad Pro 11-inch, and you're like, but I want the Nomatic 1-liter. Don't worry, Nomatic made a 6-liter, and we made a review. Check out the review in the description below. And while you're down there, you'll also find some other links to some of our other reviews. Like if you want a sling that's around the same price range, but has significantly better materials and easier access, we've got a link to that one down there. And if you're like, I want more color options, black just ain't doing it for me, I've got a link to a couple slings down there that have a ton of color options. We love slings on this channel. We got you covered when it comes to slings. Thank you so much for watching our Nomatic Navigator 1-liter sling review. If you found this review useful, which I suspect you have since you're still here, then it would mean the world to us if you could hit that subscription button, hit the notification bell, and hit that like button. Also, if you own this sling, can you please let us know, did you have any stitching problems like this? Really hoping it's a one-off, but I'd love to hear from you with your experience if you own this sling. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.